This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Hello, welcome to Stock Box. Joining us today is Peter Clousey, VP of Silver Bullet Mines. So we're finally here, Peter.
We're here.
You're processing the material from Buckeye to get the silver. How does it feel?
Exhausting. It's exhausting. We've had hiccups along the way. It's been an interesting story, but we're finally at the point where we have material stockpiled at the mill, and we can process the material through the mill and get silver doré bars out the other end. So it's exhausting, but it's a good feeling to be here. The shareholders put their trust in us, and here we are.
Indeed. And, you've just had recent news. Can you explain why this latest news is such an important milestone?
Sure. MSHA came in for an inspection. MSHA is the Mining Safety and Health Administration, part of the Department of Labor in the United States. They inspect all the mine sites, give you a list of what they think are deficiencies, and you have to clean them up. They came into the mill, they gave us a list, and we cleaned it up. So the press release is important because it says our mill site is MSHA compliant. Our people are safe. It's a safe workplace, and we can now legally process material into silver at the mill site. So it's exciting for us.
I mean, the assay results in themselves are very encouraging. 480 ounces per ton of silver sounds impressive. I know we have touched on that before, but it's very impressive.
All of the assays that we've put out have been impressive with respect to the silver content. It is a very rich silver area. And as you know from prior conversations, we don't just have the silver, Buckeye silver mine here. We're on the Black Diamond property, which is massive. We know of 5 past legal producing mines on the Black Diamond, and we found a lot of evidence of artisanal workings. So it's a very richly mineralized area.
Yeah.
Right. Common wisdom says that bonanza silver is 30 ounces per ton. And that assay from the vein face graded in at 480. We have had a lot of very impressive assay results.
Yes, indeed. Now, I wanted to speak to you about a specific part of the latest news. It says Silver Bullet Mines will then establish daily, weekly, and monthly production targets and intends to complete outstanding orders. So I wanted to ask you, Peter, when do you plan to have these production targets and what outstanding orders do you need to fulfill?
Well, grade is king. No matter what mineral you're chasing, whether it's gold or uranium or nickel, grade is king. And once we get this material processed through the mill, we will know what grade we have because we have our own assay lab like any responsible producer. So we will know what grades of material are we putting into, what's the head grade, what's coming out of the doré bars. We will know. And once we know what the grades are, then we can do our math and figure out what the production targets are. We have an outstanding order to be filled for, I'm going to guess here, I think it's 17,000 ounces. Or 17.5. Sorry, I should know that. I haven't looked at it for a little bit. Ounces of silver. And once we know what the grade of material is and the rate that the silver is being produced, then I'll have those production numbers for you. Until then, it's just guessing.
Yeah. So, you mentioned about the outstanding orders, but then also there's new orders as well, isn't there, with the pipeline? Yeah.
Silver is one of those metals that you'll never have a problem selling. Rare earths can be hard to sell. Uranium, like the more finicky the metal, the harder it is to sell it in advance. Graphite is like that. Gold, silver, nickel, I can just leave it at the curb and somebody will pick it up. We're not going to have a problem selling the product.
So when it comes to Silver Bullet Mines, last time we spoke, you mentioned that there's a vast area that you're mining in called the Black Diamond. Now, Buckeye is just one mine. Is it another 4 or 5 mines that you've got in that area? Tell us a little bit more.
We know of 4 other legal past producing mines in the area. We have their historical grades. We know what they produced. We haven't put them into a 43-101, so I can't tell you what they are. There also is a great deal of evidence of artisanal mining. What usually happened was the old timers would see some argentia at the surface, which is that silver blue color that we associate with silver. And they would chase the argentia stringers in through the rock. And when it got too hard or when the stringer petered out on them, they would just abandon it. And we have found evidence all over the property of artisanal mining at the Black Diamond, which is almost 5,000 acres of land.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we look forward to hearing more from you next time, Peter. We've been following this story very closely here at Stockbox. So thanks for coming on and speaking to us today.
Well, thank you for being there with us for the journey. We're in production.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.